Hi, Hal here with more 7 Days to Die Alpha 16, and today we are going to go ahead and start working on our forge. In fact, we're going to go ahead and get this started, and once that is done, we will get underway. I'll show you what we've been working on, but first we have to get started, so let's go. And we're back. So, we have now completed our forge, finally. Go ahead and get this placed. We're going to place our anvil in there. Now, I don't think I have anything else, right? I don't have calipers? No, okay. So, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of things going on over here. I did some hunting. We are most of the way through day 2, as you can tell. So, I've gone ahead and got some hunting done. We've got a little bit of food made up. Actually, how hungry are we? Okay, we're still good for food. It's the water that hurting us a little bit. We're rather fortunate because of the fact that we're right next to the snow biome. So we have plenty of snowballs. I just need to get more glass going. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get our iron moving. Ooh, excuse me, got hiccups today. Now, we don't need nearly as much wood as we used to. So we're going to try this with 20. Yeah, that's should be enough to smelt that down. So we're going to do that. We are going to make more cobble. How much can I make? That is probably more than I want to be making right now. So let's make 149. And it sounds like we've got some zombies outside. So what I have been doing off camera is I went ahead over the night, I dug the rest of this out, as you can see. We've gone ahead and made this a little bit more secure. We upgraded everything here, and it sounds like I've got a bunch of zombies outside. So we are going to make a run for it. Yep, got a bunch of zombies. So we ended up with a little horde over here. So we're gonna cheese these guys a little bit. Because, well, you know how I feel about the new zombies. And if you don't, you should. So we're going to end up making some spikes and things today so we can start getting our defenses in order. But I've been running into lots and lots of zombie hordes. Hey, quit tearing up my mountainside over there. Okay, that was funny. Oh, she dodged. Not twice, though. Oh. So yeah, I've been having a little bit of problem with zombies. We've been having quite a few of them show up over here. So I'm kind of interested to see how the horde is going to do when we get to day 7. Now, was it me? Or did that arrow go through his head? Come here, buddy. Ow. And another one down. wouldn't be so bad if they would stay in the straight line. I don't like this circling mechanic that was introduced. And I hear another one over there, but see. He folded like house cards. Look at all these zombies. Hey guys, how you doing? Really? And... Alright, is that all of them? I hope that's all of them, because I really don't want to deal with more of them. So yeah, basically what I've been doing is digging out the clay pit over here. And we are actually going to be doing a little bit with that. What I'm going to do is, in order to keep the zombies from doing what they just did there, is I'm going to come back and cover that. Which is why we're making all the cobble that we are. Because I want to have it set up so I can put the flagstone over it. And it will have a bit of a, well, we'll have an entrance on it like we did here. So we'll be able to get in and out of it and basically have it covered so we'll be able to work without too much worry about the zombies. No. Alright, so they despawned. That's always fun. Alright. So, yeah, if you kill zombies on the protected land, you're going to lose them. So, just keep that in mind. Right. Let's go ahead and make some flag. And what we are going to do... So we're going to make, oh, I don't know, let's make, how much of it can we make actually? 83, that is more than I want. Let's go with 50. Alright, and then while that is cooking off, let's go ahead and get this done. Now, I'm bringing you back into the game so late in the day because of the fact that, like I said, I was out gathering resources, and the resource gathering is kind of slow and tedious. And, well, I didn't want to have to sit here and keep you occupied while we were just basically chopping down trees. I heard something. Now, the last time we were together, I was saying wolves were basically the best way to get meat in the game. They are now comparable to deer. So, basically what happened was Build 112 came out, and Mad Mole and crew weren't happy with the balance, so they started rebalancing things, you know, doing what Mad Mole and Fun Pencil do. And what ended up happening was that they noticed that the wolves were giving a ridiculous amount of meat. To give you an idea, when I was hunting in 112, I killed a dire wolf and 2 regular wolves, and all that meat you saw in there, down in there, that was all from them. And on top of that, I've eaten like 6 or 7 bacon and eggs. I mean, I got a lot of meat off of them. What you get now is you get more of the hides. So when you kill them, you end up with like 15 hides and like 6 meat or so in total.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
So we're going to sell that. We're going to sell that. And I think that's it.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Actually, do you have anything that I don't have yet? Of course, I really can't afford anything. Alright, so... fluorescent light would be nice.
If we ain't got what you're looking for, we can get it.
So, let me see here. Alright, so... Can I not make... Okay, so it doesn't look like I can make any of the arrays. So I'm guessing those are loot only. Basically, you have to find them and repair them. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay. So as we were saying, what we're going to do with this is we're going to... He actually did me a favor because I was looking for a place to put an entrance in. Alright, so... Now I want this to actually be flush. So I'm thinking what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and dig this out a little bit. Alright. Because we want this to go 1, 2. That's going to remain open. And see, that lets us get in there and get all of this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this top layer out here. And what we'll do is once I get all of this taken out, we're going to go ahead and put a cobble frame, or cobble, we're going to put the flagstone in and see if we can get this braced up enough so that it does not cause problems, because we don't want it collapsing, obviously. Now, I'm not quite sure. I know I'm going to need to make more cobble, so that's not a problem. But I do want this to be supported. Because if I have it set on the edge, where like we were fitting to do, what would end up happening is that we would eventually hit shear weight and the whole thing would collapse, and I don't want that. So apparently we've got rain going on. So grab a couple more of these. So, man, that's not helping at all. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this one in here. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and say... just like so. Alright, and then that allows us to put a hatch here, which will let us down into the area under here once we dig this out a little bit further. Alright, and I'm seriously tempted to just go ahead and put iron bars in here if we can get enough iron. That might actually be nice, because we now have iron bars that are offset. And so what I'm thinking is we go ahead and just basically square that up. We're going to go ahead and take these two out, and we'll take that entire row out all the way back. Alright. And that should give you an idea of basically what we're looking to do with this. Let's see, are you stone? Oh, you're more clay. Nice. And then see, like I was saying, is what we'll do here is take this line out so that we have it nice and square. Actually, alright. And then eventually we basically cap all this off. Like I said, I'm kind of tempted to put... You know what I could do? I could do arrow slits. Because what I can do is if I do arrow slits, how many can I make? I can make 33. Let's make 30. And what we're going to do, because we know that if we place one here, basically these three tiles will get light. So that'll be 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's perfect. So if we do... That's right, I have to do one there. And you're going to have 1, 2, 1 there. And all we're going to do is... Come on. basically have something like this. Because this way, once we've dug the clay out, or once we have dug enough clay out, we will actually have a, we'll be able to put a farm in down underground. Underground. Alright, so how many more of these do I need? Awesome. So we ended up with a couple extra. Now, like I said, this is going to be good because we'll be able to put a farm-in area out down here. We just need to dig all of this out. So we're actually doing fairly well for so early in the game. Now, I have a bunch of clay, so let's go ahead and make some more cobble. We're going to make another, like, 250. That's going to be another 3 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back and put more flagstone, regular flagstone in here. And like I said, basically what this will let me do is to have an area that we'll be able to farm, which I'll be really happy with because that's going to be quite a bit of farm space. And we'll basically just dig it down in tandem with what we've got going on over here. So what I'll probably do is put in like a little office area, which will have most of our cooking supplies in it. Let's go ahead and make another hatch really quick. And then that way when the flagstone is done, we'll be able to go ahead and place all of this stuff, get it all done in one shot. Hopefully we will have enough support here. We'll dig out some more of this, make some extra blocks, make some ladders, and I'll probably take this down like 10 blocks or so, maybe a little bit further, just so that we can put in, maybe put in a second level. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, because that'll give me what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that'll give me 26 for each level of light, or for each row of light. Because we've got 13 and 13. And I may need to... Well, no, because we're going to cobble this up anyway. So, what is that? 26, 52. So that'll give me 52 crops per level. And if I do like 2 or 3 levels, because basically as long as I keep these lined up all the way down and I put more arrow slits below it, we should be able to get quite a few levels out of the farm. See how well that works. If I take it down 25 levels, I should get like 4 or 5 layers out of it. Now I'm not quite sure if the light is going to work the way it used to with these. So we're going to test that, and if it does look like it works for the first 2 layers, then we'll take it down like 3 or 4 levels and see just how much we can get out of it. So I think what we're going to do is, because at this point I am just basically making more stuff. How many, what did I say I needed? 26, 52? Alright. So I'm going to need 52 of those. Alright, yeah, so I think we are going to go ahead and cut this one here. You know what? I think let me just go ahead and pause it. I'll get done what I can get done before we run into night again. And I'll bring it back and show you where we are. Alright, so we will be right back. And we're back. So, as you can see, I've gotten a little bit more dug out here. As it is right now, I put in a support post over there just to make sure. Looking at the math on it, you should be able to get something like 10 or 12 of the flagstone before it collapses under its own weight. Now, I'm not sure if that's actually true or not. So what I've done is I went ahead and put a support in around the 7-point area. This should be roughly the middle of where we've been digging once everything is said and done. And then if you remember when I did the other side, let's get the last couple of blocks out of here just to make sure. And 2 more swings and should be good. Okay. So on this side, we actually, since the light gives you a 3 block, so this block and 1 to either side, we have an extra set over here. So if we run into some structural problems, I can always bring another row in here and put in a support area. Excuse me. Still a little congested. I apologize for that. So yeah, I may end up digging out a little bit of this and do the same thing on this side, because I'm thinking what I want to do is to dig a portion out a little bit so that we have an area that we can throw storage into. So basically we'd have another thing of, I'll show you here. Can we make, do I have enough to do, I just need 3. And show you what I'm, kind of what I'm thinking here. Whoop. So what I'm thinking is we end up with something like this, right? And then this will be, this row here will be a planet row, a planet row, planet row, planet row, planet row, planet row. So, you know, we end up with 6 columns of planted rows. And then what we can do on this side is we say, actually, I need 1 more. Go here, here, and then, I don't know. Yeah, why not? Or so we end up with, say, two storage boxes over here, or 3 storage boxes over here, or whatever. Let me go ahead and just make. I know I'm going to need an odd number. That's all I know. So this one comes across. And then basically we have enough room here to put 3 storage blocks in. And this will be, you know, for this level, this will be all of our, like, say, seeds and then different types of plants as we harvest them. Building materials, whatever. And then we do it over on this side as well. Because if we're harvesting, once we get everything in here and we get the fertile ground in here, basically what we're going to need to end up doing is we are going to need a place to put stuff. So like if we want to do fertile ground, we need to have the fertilizer, we have to have the dirt. So this allows us to have basically a place to store all the resources we're pulling out, as well as putting back into the farm. And then if we need to have, say, water or anything like that, which I don't think they have put in on this. I don't think we need to have water in our farms now. A lot of people complained about that earlier in the alpha series when they tried implementing that, because it used to be very much like Minecraft in that regard, where you used to have water for your farms, and it became way too much work. It wasn't fun anymore for a lot of people. And I think what they should do is have as a modifier, like because you know how we have the difficulty slider, right? So I'm thinking what might be interesting is to have the difficulty slider tied to certain aspects. So if you have it set to, say, you know, Legendary Warrior or whatever the most difficult is, for that difficulty, you should need to place, you know, like an actual farm. You should have to worry about the water. You should have to worry about crop degradation. You know, and have that also tied to things like what do you drop when you die. So if you're playing on, you know, like 50% or lower, right, the first 2 or 3 settings of difficulty, you only drop your belt. At the middle difficulty, you keep your belt and drop your, you know, your backpack or something. Just something to make the difficulties actually matter, other than this whole arbitrary thing of where the zombies get more hit points. And I mean, because it's really that's the only thing that the difficulties do, is how much damage you deal and how much hit points you have to overcome. So, or how many hit points you have to overcome, I should say. Alright, so I've won. I've no.
Just to let you folks know that Trader Joel's will be closing soon.
Thanks, Trader. Appreciate that. Now that I am deaf. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. We are really close to level 10, as you can see. A few more blocks out of here. As I craft through the night, I'm going to hit level 10. And I think what we're going to do is I'm going to keep working on this off camera. We will come back when we have a little bit more done. And I think the next time will probably be like end of day 3, maybe beginning of day 4. Hopefully we'll have iron tools by then. But most of what I'm going to be doing for the next day or so in game is just resource gathering. So, alright, so I'm going to get out of here. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, throw them down in the section below. And I hope everyone has a fantastic day. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, so much more of this stuff to do. Of course, we are almost 2200, so...